Ladies and gentlemen, look like the human toll in Los Angeles has gotten dire. It is so bad. They are diverting ambulances and they literally are at complete capacity in hospitals all around California. And many believe this is going to be the first place in the country where the healthcare system completely collapses. I'm going to go ahead and play this video for you.
Doctor, can you explain what that directive means? Not to bring patients to the hospital who are in the most severe distress. Aren't those the people who need to be in the hospital?
Well, this order that was issued by the county emergency medical services really is very specific to patients who suffered from a cardiac arrest and are unable to be revived in the field. Those patients have a very low rate of survival, even if they are transported to the hospital. And so at this time, it is deemed to likely be futile.
Okay. And what about when an ambulance arrives at a hospital and there are no beds or there's no room? What happens?
Well, the emergency medical services are working very hard to divert ambulances or send them to hospitals that do have potential capacity to receive those patients. There are situations where patients are made to wait in ambulances under the care of the paramedics. We want to make sure that time is as short as possible so that they can receive the necessary care.
At the moment, how long are they waiting in those ambulances?
It can really vary from hospital to hospital and from situation to situation. I mean, really from day to day and hour to hour. There's nothing constant. Things change very quickly. There are parts of our city where ambulances are waiting for hours in order to offboard patients. In those places, the county is working with those hospitals to actually set up tents to receive those patients and get them off the ambulances so the ambulances can be returned to service.
And doctor, what about what Stephanie just reported about the oxygen? That there's not enough oxygen to go around. And there's not even enough oxygen to send people home who have otherwise gotten well enough to go home but still need oxygen. What are you doing about that?
That is a very difficult challenge. So we are working with the private companies who supply our oxygen tanks to us and working hard to deploy more. We are working with state and local county officials to try to access some additional resources because it really is a problem and just delays the discharge of patients so that we might have more openings to accept new ones.
All right, y'all.
So, Sanjay.
So let me just stop it right there. So this came out on CNN, ladies and gentlemen. Human disaster unfolding in LA will get worse, experts say. Yes, because remember, we still are in the preliminary stage of holiday surge. So you heard what he said on the video. To be honest with you, I think that's extremely dangerous. I would never want a paramedic to show up at my house, look at my loved one, determine they are just too far gone to take to the hospital and leave. But that's what they're doing in Los Angeles. They're leaving it up to the paramedics to determine who can be saved and sent to the hospital and who can't. No, not with your racist biases. I don't trust that. Hell no. Hell no. It would be easy for them to leave Black folks behind in those circumstances and claim that none of you can be saved. I don't trust this. Mm-mm. 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 Hell no. So anyway, so this is what the Los Angeles County is facing, what they call human disaster, ladies and gentlemen, as the onslaught of COVID-19 devastates the community, including those without coronavirus. So your EMTs, your emergency medical people are going to determine who can go to the hospital and be saved and who can't. Oh, hell no. Hospitals are declaring internal disasters and having to open church, gyms, and the hospital units. They are looking around for any facility they can actually use as an extension for the hospital. That's how inundated they are in LA County, in Los Angeles. That is crazy. So, gyms and churches, y'all. Mm-mm-mm. Our healthcare workers are physically and mentally exhausted. So, this is what they're saying. So, they're calling the situation a human disaster. Almost 1,700 people are hospitalized with COVID in the Los Angeles County right now, and 21 of them are in intensive care. 21% are in intensive care. So they said the number grew by more than 200 from Monday. And on Tuesday, another 224 deaths were announced, bringing the total in the county to 11,000. 11,000 people have died. I mean, this is crazy. This is absolutely crazy. Now, ambulance crews in LA have been told not to take patients with a little chance of survival to the hospital. Look, I don't mean no harm, but we know how America is. And I can easily see how Black patients that are not even COVID patients will be left behind. I'm just telling you, these people, even when emergencies are going on or natural disasters are happening, they don't let go of their racism. And I'm telling you, this is a bad situation for Black people in LA County when they're letting the EMTs decide who goes to the hospital and who don't. Oh no. Oh no. So you may have to get a plan B together. Like if they won't do it, you get that person in the car and get them to the hospital yourself. You know? Wow. All right. So this order that was issued by the county emergency medical services really is very specific to patients who suffered from a cardiac arrest and are able to be revived in the field. Dr. Jeffrey Smith, Chief Operating Officer of Cedar Sinai Medical Center, those patients will have a low rate of survival if they are transported to the hospital. So at this time, it is deemed to be likely futile. So, in other words, they're going to just leave those patients at your house, if that's your loved one, to die. I mean, this is just crazy what's going on there. But again, ladies and gentlemen, America had months to prepare for COVID, the second round. When they saw what happened the first time back in March, they had the whole spring and summer and even part of the fall to get this place ready for an even bigger surge. And they didn't do it. It should be field hospitals all over this country right now, opened and operating. And it's not happening because these folks didn't prepare, not even a little bit, for what was going to possibly happen later on in the year. They didn't prepare. And now you got hospitals, and I really, truly do not believe COVID patients belong at a hospital because there are so many. They really need to be taken care of and held in a separate facility. But now you'd have mixed them all up in the hospital. Now it's too late for that. And the sad part is that could have created a lot of jobs all over the country over the spring and fall and even all summer long with people building these facilities and getting them ready. But they didn't plan one bit. And then you want to know why the world is nodding their head at America in disbelief of how slow moving you are, how you have handled this entire thing. I mean, it's pretty sad when you boasted about how smart you are and you lag behind every nation on earth, including third world countries when it comes down to COVID. Whoa, man. And you think that after looking at this, people still want to follow your lead? Are you out of your mind? But see, we know you're going to fight to stay in charge, but just know people ain't feeling you like that. But y'all, please tell me what you think. Please leave your comment and subscribe. Don't forget to hit on the notification bell, and I'll see you on the next video. Peace, family.